Earlier this year, the Click team went to Kenya, and this week we put together the best of the stories we covered there. We're bringing power to the flower with the drones and AI dealing with the changing climate of this blossoming industry.
We're also in the rural communities where AI is improving prenatal care.
And we explore the piles of electronic waste, making locals choose between lives and livelihoods. Agriculture plays a huge part in many people's livelihoods in Kenya. In fact, the industry employs more than 40% of the total population. But climate change is having a real impact on the crops there. And you might be surprised to find out what one of the most sensitive crop types is.
Flowers. They have a specific window for being grown and sold, and if the weather's out of sorts, it can completely derail the process.
But technology can help, and Shona McCallum has spent a day on a rose farm in Naivasha to find out more.
Our years are punctuated by times that we want to buy flowers. Valentine's, birthdays, Christmases, and the chances are when you look in your bouquet, one of the stems would have been grown here in Kenya.
But like most places, this part of the world is not immune to the problems that climate change is bringing. Rising temperatures, extreme drought and flash floods are affecting the crop yields. In fact, just a couple of years ago, some Kenyan flower farms reported losses as high as 50% due to the impact of heavy downpours. So that's where the technology comes in. Artificial intelligence company Lima Labs is providing a machine vision system using drones, which they say makes the farming smarter and more predictable.
We use a camera on the drone to take images of crops in the farm, and then once we've gotten those images, we send them to the office, and then we're able to process them and give insights to farmers. And insights span all the way from a prediction of the harvest. It spans all the way to a prediction of the stem density, growth rates, probably in the future even detection of pests and diseases.
On this farm, some of the flowers are grown inside huge greenhouses. The rest are outside, and that presents some challenges for the drones.
With more gusts of wind, the drone uses actually more battery power and drains a lot of battery power. And also the rain, we cannot fly the drones through the rain.
The AI algorithms being used can help predict the weather patterns through sensors on the farm that detect humidity, temperature and other environmental conditions. A dashboard on a computer screen displays footage of the plants, providing stem and flower head count and other crucial data like the chance of an insect infestation. This all helps farmers better predict fluctuations in growing and harvesting patterns.
Well, the big issue is climate change and the unpredictable weather patterns. The heavens have opened now, so we're going to head inside into the packing room and do the rest of the interviews. Hi, I'm Shona.
Hi, I'm Vasi. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Will you show me around?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening here.
This is our grading hall. It's one of the post-harvest sections. Post-harvest, that means we process the final product, that is from harvesting to packing it and dispatching the final customer.
And can you talk to me about some of the varieties? Because these lovely little red berries are nice.
This specifically is Hypericum, the red berry. So the beauty of this crop lies with the berries, the red shiny berries.
The quality of these berries and the leaves looks fantastic. Would you say the technology is really helping them be in this condition?
Yes, it is really helping, because with the technology we have been able to come a long way in producing more strong varieties, more resistant ones.
How has the technology been received here on the farm? What does everyone think about having drones in place and using the tech?
We didn't believe in it at first, but later on when we saw the results and benefits, it's now a way of life on our side.
So from there, the farmers conduct weekly farm assessments. Depending on the flower's health, they can change their sales and logistics decisions, meaning they don't waste time or lose money.
Another thing is time management, because it takes the shortest time possible and you get more accurate results.
I can imagine people will be pleased about that.
Yeah.
Could you talk me through how a worker's day might have changed during the 9 to 5 as a result of having this technology implemented?
So what they used to do is get a square meter, manually count how many stems are there in that square meter, and then extrapolate and assume that the rest of the field is actually, similar to that square meter, which obviously is very inaccurate. With Lima, when we come and we monitor these crops using the drones, we're able to, first of all, get accurate numbers because we're seeing each and every stem, and we don't have the human aspect of getting tired, right, to count or losing track of numbers, right? There's that aspect, and then at the end of the day, we're able to get an accurate number for the amount of stems in the whole field. This, of course, saves the 4 hours that person was doing that every day. At the end of the day, makes their life a lot easier.
And back at the office, they can see the results.
Because the reality is here, it's showing you the number of stems that you forecasted and the actual stems, because this is the reality. Yeah, so very confident with this technology. Yeah.
Technology is rapidly changing agriculture in many ways, and this farm is certainly taking steps to move beyond the traditional and into a data-driven business.
A woman dies every 2 minutes due to complications in pregnancy or childbirth. The majority of all maternal deaths are in sub-Saharan Africa. And in Kenya, the problem is actually getting worse. 70% of the population lives in remote rural areas where they're cut off from life-saving infrastructure.
Not all moms are able to access the right kind of care. Transport getting to the hospital is always an issue. We don't have enough healthcare workers for the population. Big problems, I would say.
But it's hoped the technology being trialled here could help ensure that more mothers-to-be get access to potentially life-saving treatment.
This is Jennifer's first glimpse of her baby.
The legs.
Wow.
Ultrasound scans like these play a key role in ensuring a pregnancy goes smoothly. Unfortunately, there's been some bumps in the road for Jennifer.
Last month, I had a complication. I had a discharge.
She was advised to go straight to hospital to get checked out.
Oh, I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. I was like, maybe I'm losing the baby or something.
Luckily, Jennifer and her baby are both fine, but she also had problems in her previous pregnancy.
I had to go for cesarean section.
And did your doctors tell you that it could have been prevented if you'd had an ultrasound earlier?
Yeah, they said it could have been prevented.
Where you live, is it difficult to get an ultrasound during your pregnancy?
It's quite expensive and you have to go for a distance to get it.
Jacaranda Health, the organisation that runs this clinic, has partnered with tech giant Google to trial a solution that could help save lives.
It's important for pregnant women to do ultrasound throughout their pregnancy. The first importance is to check fetal anomalies. Initially, as a nurse, we were not able to perform the ultrasound.
Until now. This ultrasound probe sends video output to a tablet or smartphone, making this system cheaper and much more portable than traditional ultrasound scanners. Artificial intelligence then interprets the image without the need for a sonographer.
The information that I'll get here will help me to save the life of a mother and also save the life of the fetus.
I've come to Google's offices in Nairobi to find out more about how their AI models are being developed and how people who aren't sonographers can be trained to use it.
If this technology is intended to be so easy that you could train anybody to do it, do you think that I could have a go?
I think you definitely could.
Okay.
First, I need to measure the size of the bump and apply my ultrasound gel.
So as you smooth it, you'll start to see the imagery.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Next, it's time to do the scan. I need to do 6 sweeps over the abdomen, and the app gives me instructions for every step of the process.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you. Feels like if I were more confident, this would be much quicker.
The AI models then analyze the image. They give 2 vital pieces of information. The gestational age, that's how many weeks old the fetus is, and the fetal position, or the direction the fetus is facing inside the uterus.
So it says gestational age is 23 weeks and 2 days. The fetal presentation is, I actually can't pronounce that word.
Cephalic.
Cephalic. What does that mean?
That just means heads down. Non-cephalic positioning could be breech or transverse, which means that the patient might need a C-section or something like that. We're not trying to replace sonographers. Humans are very important to providing care, and we just want to give them additional tools in their tool set.
Around 100 scans have been collected in clinical settings in Kenya so far. A lot more than that will be needed before the system's ready for routine use. Although the research is still in its early stages, Jacaranda Health hopes the trial marks the beginning of better days for maternal health in Kenya.
10% of mums in rural Kenya have access to ultrasound services. If this is available, it will definitely be a game changer.
Whether you're in Washington, Wisconsin, or even back in the UK,